You know what they say about the invention of the wheel? It really got things rolling. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about the most confusing vendor in all of the Elder Scrolls Online, the Impresario. I'm probably going to call them the Impreso just because it's easier to pronounce, but that's technically, I believe, the Latin way to pronounce it. You can find them on this little bad boy symbol here at the Event Exchange, and they have a different assortment of goods depending on which time of year you're playing ESO in, which year you're in, and so on and so forth. But overall, they usually have some really good rewards. So how exactly do they work, and what is their reward structure, and how do those freaking fragments work? Because I think that's where, at least for me, my confusion started when I started playing ESO is what's fragment? How do fragments work? Do I want fragments? Let's start by looking at what's in our vendor right now during the active Secrets of Telvanni event, and we can see that there are the event modus, which you guys are going to be able to get not only with these 5 event tickets, but you can purchase them from other players through guild traders, because other people are able to get them through reward boxes. So you yourself can get them obviously also through reward boxes, so you don't have to buy them from here. But if, say, for example, it's getting close to the end of the event, people are selling these for a high markup, you can use your event tickets to get them. And this is usually pretty common with every event, with very few exceptions. Then you have the guild commendations, which I would say never purchase ever. So if you use these, you can level up your companion. You level up your Fighters Guild companion level from 8 to 9 or 9 to 10, and so on and so forth. However, you can already do that exceptionally easily just by doing the daily quest for the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and Undaunted. Not the actual Undaunted pledges, but the actual guy that sits up at the top next to the big place. You can talk to him, and he'll send you out to a delve, I believe, to go pick up something. So it's never really worth buying these for event tickets, because all you are is generally a couple days away from maxing out a companion. Nor do really you need to level up a companion's guild levels super quickly. There's not really a burning urge. Nobody's going to be like, if you guys don't have a companion, you can't do this content, because that type of content doesn't exist. So just passively do those throughout the day. And here's where we get into the fragments. We're going to skip over the fragments for now. And we'll come back to it. But I also want to touch upon repair kits. You can also get these usually through reward boxes. So of all the things, though, these are probably the most utility-esque, but I don't suggest buying them with 2 event tickets. I just don't see the value in that. Let's talk about fragments. The thing that confused me as a brand new player, and that still confuses a lot of players. And so this is the ESO hubs. This is actually probably the best way to break down how fragments work. So for those of you who don't remember, you used to be able to get Indrake, feathers. And this is how it would work. So every new season, the Impreso Elder Scrolls will get new objectives to collect items from a base item and evolve it from there. So what you would do is you would take these 4 feathers. You could see the green, the greeny yellow, the blue, and then the black red one. And at its first, you had to collect 4 feathers by exchanging event tickets. And then you would get this mount right here. And then the top one. Now, could then be evolved into a different form with enchanted berries. So then you could get this little green one down here, or there was other colored ones as well that you could also get. But what happens is that you lose the one up top, and then you only have this one up bottom. But what you can do is you could spend your event ticket to get these 4 feathers again, and get this one at the top, and have one at the green one, and then you could buy another one, to get the blue, in Drake if you want it also. That's how it all works. Hope that makes sense. So basically, you kind of morph an item into another item, or a mount into another mount, into something else, or sometimes it's a pet into something else, and then you lose that thing, but then you get the thing at the end, but you can go back and then purchase that thing that you started with, which for this was a generic Indrake, and then you morphed it into a different looking Indrake, but you could still go back and buy the Indrake again. It's easier representation with the Indrakes, even though technically that they're kind of gone these days, but I'll show you where you could still buy them from. Even though technically they're gone, it's just the best accurate representation of what I'm describing. So how does this relate to what we're doing right now? So technically what's a little weird is these 3 5 event ticket fragments combine together to make a pet. And then from there, you're able to combine them with these 10 cost event tickets, and then you're able to turn that into essentially costume. You can see here at the bottom, it's already telling me that I have the Passion Dancer's attire costume and that it requires me to have the pet to use it, because if I wanted to go back, I'd have to buy these 3 fragments again, and then I would have another pet, and then I could morph it again if I would want to, but I already have it, so I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I could go get the pet again. And then, if you did not have, the custom costume, you could then create it by getting the pet first, then combining it with the other fragments, then getting the actual costume. So where do you find those fragments? And so to find that bad mamma jamma, just head down to your collections, go down to fragments. It's in alphabetical order, and then for some reason they got rid of the alphabetical order in the actual fragment section, but here's every fragment that you can combine together into something that you may want. And you're able to go through and see your entire fragment system here. So let's talk about those vendors that still take event tickets that aren't necessarily this little bad mamma jamma right here. And you could start off by talking to generally the person that stands next to her, regardless of which version of her tent you go to, because fun fact, she's got tents all around Tamriel. You got Phyllis. I think that's how you say his name. He's got stuff that usually alternates from previous years. Also, you can go through and see the different items that he has that also take event tickets and see if any of that takes your fancy, and if there's anything that you want to combine together here, such as if you combine this little pet together, you're able to create the Dead Walker's Fire Walker personality, which is pretty cool. And just like we were talking about earlier, don't worry, I'm not a liar, the Indrake vendor does still exist. You can find them in the deep depths of Craglorn over here at the event merchant area. You can find them over in this little area that I'm hoping that they're going to continue to build out with more merchants and things. It's such a cool little area. And if you talk to them, you are able to buy different Indrake berries and morph them into different things and still get those beautiful little mounts that you would normally be able to. In fact, here you can see little pet examples of them, and you can also see what they look like. If you were to imagine yourself, having one of these bad boys to, take out for yourself. You can almost imagine yourself doing a bit of a test drive, if you will. And for some reason, there's this one over here who doesn't get to go sit with his friends over there. There's plenty of room over there, but he doesn't get to go over there, unfortunately. But dear friends, that's going to wrap up the video. What did you guys think in the comments below? Is there anything else that I can help explain to you? This is actually a suggestion by you guys, because honestly, confusing vendor, confusing scheme, event tickets. Why can you only hold 12 of them? Tell me about that airline food. There's just so many lingering questions about the Impreza that I hope that I answered them all for you today, because it is, in my opinion, one of the coolest of vendors, because it's, hey, here's your reward for playing ESO right now. And there's always a cycle of items that I try to hit upon in my event videos, and there'll be some more Imprezo unique items coming up when we have our upcoming event. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned, for the channel as a whole. Obviously, if you're watching right now, we did our giveaway drawings for last month. If you would like to enter for this month, all you have to do is stay subscribed, or be subscribed if you are already. And, listen for a random word to be flashed upon the screen. If you're the first person to comment it below, you will win. Last month, it was Worcestershire sauce, and I tried to make it obvious that way to give a bit of a reward for people who watch my videos first and have those notifications on. So thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Let me know in the comments below what video you guys be interested in tomorrow. I'm thinking we might live stream. I think we might do a video. Maybe both. We'll have to wait and see. But I need some suggestions on things and questions that you guys have, that are, just lingering out in the world that you feel like either haven't been answered, need to be answered again with more relevant information, because obviously things change, patch notes, updates, things like that. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you there. Bye, guys.